John chapter 15 from verse 1. Give it to me on the screen. I am the true vine and my Father is the husbandman. Keep scrolling until I ask you to stop. Every branch in me that beareth no fruit, he taketh away. My Father is the one that is doing the taking away. And every branch that beareth fruit, he purgeth it, and it may bring more fruit. That's King James. Can you give me, there's a translation that says he prunes it. Yeah. New Living Translation said, he cut off every branch of mine that does not produce fruit. Jesus is speaking and he's telling you what his Father does. So cut off every branch in him that does not bear fruit. So to remain in him, you have to bear fruit. Now, the next one is he prunes the branches that do bear fruit, so they will produce even more. All right. Look at me very carefully. This scripture gave me a lot of concern while I was looking at it and meditating and taking my time with the Lord. I discovered that to start with, the Lord does not like unfruitfulness. In fact, if you read the book of Genesis, the first thing the Lord told man when he created man, he said, be fruitful. Be fruitful. Anytime you don't bear fruit, it means the Lord is angry with you. I don't know if I should say that the Lord is more angry when you don't bear fruit than even when you make mistakes. On your way bearing fruit and you make mistake is even accepted than for you not to bear fruit at all. From what we saw in this scripture, he said he does not tolerate it at all. You must bear fruit. The first thing he did when he blessed man after creating man was to tell man, be fruitful, multiply. But the key word I want to bring out there is be fruitful. He blessed man. What is the blessing? He explained what that blessing is. He said, the blessing makes you fruitful, makes you multiply. So if you are blessed, you are not fruitful with all he has put inside of you, he gets angry with you and he cut it off. I don't know if you have seen the case where Jesus was hungry in the Bible. He was hungry. The Bible said he came to a tree. And if you read that scripture very carefully, he said, it was not the time for that tree to bear fruit. So Jesus came when it was not time for this tree to bear fruit. Why did Jesus come? Because if you read it also carefully, from afar, the tree, the leaves were looking like leaves that a tree that has fruit. So the leaves attracted Jesus to say there is fruit here. It's like you meet a child of God, he's wearing tie and suit, he's fitting him. But when you go close, it's like a painted sepulcher. It's like you see a lady. I don't know if you have seen this kind of comedy. You see one lady, I'm trying to remember the English. You know, she was looking so good, so hot. What are you? What I do? The grandma, somebody was looking for this lady. The grandma, this lady blew like this, the guy collapsed. From afar, she looks attractive. When you get close, it's not what you think. That's the problem. Jesus saw that tree from afar. Have you seen some brothers? When you look at themselves, there's a way you see them. If a car is blocking your car, you ask them to repark. Please, sir, can you come and repark? You don't know, he doesn't even have a keke. You know, gets bicycle. He's growing with mustache and he's growing on 6-pack. 6 nonsense. Nothing to show for it. It doesn't have a house. It doesn't even have nothing. More so if you meet those who speak good grammar among them. Raps is always on their lips. And when they add phonate to that nonsense, if you see their oral English, you even be afraid to approach them. They don't know they are empty. He's above 30, but he can't even feed himself. He's still eating mama thank you, papa thank you, above 30. Which every number, and the worst part of it is that you see such people running after one girl, they want to marry with. He don't get pot. He don't even get bed. Where you marry her to? Still eating mama thank you, papa thank you. Don't make a mistake. I was in my parents' house until I married. It was after my wedding I moved to my house. Yeah, but I was in the house. I was in their house because I wanted to be there. And I made things happen there. Very simple. If you turn it the other way, I made things happen there. So I stayed there for some reasons best known to me. Imagine God meeting Abraham still in his father's house. God told him, idiot, get out. Do you know the situation Abraham was that only God could preach to him? He couldn't send anybody. God was the reverend. The Bible says, and God preached the gospel before the gospel. Do you know the gospel? What is gospel? Gospel is blessing, is good news, which starts when Jesus came. But God had to look for something that is still in the future to come and help a man before the time. So if I don't bring this thing, the only thing that can help him is to bring what will help people when Jesus comes. So Jesus, my son, don't be offended. Let me collect this thing you are still coming to do and help this idiot. Most useless man. 75. Mama, thank you. Papa, thank you. 75. Gray hair. When the mother is going, they say, Mommy, where is my food? They even plan married wife for him. He said, Mommy, what of my wife food? 75. But I thank God. The moment the man heard the gospel, he changed his life. That to a point that today everybody is claiming Abraham's blessings are mine. Check the number of years he lived before he died. Within those few years, the man recovered more than he should have. No wonder neighbor so no. But let me also add, if they lie you wrongly, when you wake up, lie very well. Turn yourself. Because this life we live, if you are not fruitful, if God cannot tolerate unfruitfulness, no human being will tolerate it. Stop wondering why people are not respecting you. As long as you're in that situation, you have no respect. The small respect you have now, give yourself 5 years. See those small girls you are talking to, 5 years, give yourself. They will laugh at you. Their husbands, you will be sending them tests. You will send it to me, recharge card. Watch it. Every day I ask myself certain questions. You see, there are people you see, they used to dress well, look good in town in those days. Right now, they are the ones trekking everywhere, looking for what to, when you just say natural or something. They used to be like you. They were wearing sneakers. If you see their tie before, if you see their hairstyle, how they fry their hair, you never start frying. Go and check their pictures. If your father could not make too much, go and check his picture. This is you are wearing. Your mother was wearing it. And ended up in Bendam Boutique. All this short gown you are wearing, she started it. Go and check my mother's picture. Happen call them assemble. If you see her picture before, I saw it. You see her. Her husband, her brother. I saw one picture. Her gown was here with one high heel. Then you need to see my father's blazers. His hair blown high is mustache. So this thing you are doing, they have done it. There's a level you will get to, mustache will no longer count. If you like, go and rub cream and bring it out. I'm told there's something you used to bring it out now. I've asked them to get me that. I want to bring my, I don't want just my hair. I've told them to go and get it for me. Let me rub it on my finish. Listen carefully. But I've told myself, any day the thing refuses, I've complete skin. And I'll still be fine. At least I've seen one person like that. I've seen Pastor Paul at the first complete skin. And his guy is good. Now, but don't get this in twisted. Listen to me. Think well now. If God does not permit unfruitfulness, those laughing for you are only laughing for you because you can still afford body spray. Very soon, you won't remember body spray. I promise you. You won't remember it. If you don't think well now, you won't remember perfume. You won't remember it. By the time you have 5 children and they require school fees, and their food, those ones don't hear that there's no money, and they won't eat what you eat. That you visited your brother and be selling shalom. Those children won't hear it. Will you carry them to visit them? I got tests from my children's school this time that they will increase their school fees. Now they laugh. Where are you increasing it to? They're already paying 96,001. And you are sending me, yeah, that's what they pay. One person, 96. 3 are there. Diamond is coming. So, where are you? What are you increasing? Apart from all that, right now schools, they are very, very, I don't know whether they are smart or whatever or crook. The book the children, their elder ones use, they can't use it because you write inside. That's how they do it. They give you the textbook, they write inside the textbook. You can't give them. So you have to buy again for them. And you are wasting your future. How can me bring a child to come and be suffering in this life? Me bring a child to come and be suffering. Hey, young girl, don't worry. See this. Check me, how do I look? When John go mature, you won't remember. On a conwa, on a catwalking. Can't catwalk. As you catwalk, the children will say, "Mommy." One will cry. Some time ago, where I brought on holidays, I think it was in Paris, that these children suffered me. Nobody to help. I was batting them. Now, watch this. In the morning, they'll say, "We want to eat garlic." Here, they don't eat garlic. Only for you to go abroad and say garlic. And for us to take African food, we pay €100 per meal. That is 40-something thousand. In the afternoon, Daddy, I want rice and stew. Where the moon? These things are Nigerian food. You can't be suffering children that you brought for holiday. So you go and another €100 is gone. Now, before evening, they say, God, what happened to all the indomies and all the noodles? What happened? That those ones are cheap. What happened to the chicken? You pack chicken, give them, they are tired. Say one garlic. And they are eating. My money is just going. Now, they're also giving you trouble. Trouble. I remember we were to leave Paris in the night to Belgium. We have entered taxi, we're taking them. Then Pipi cried that she want to poo-poo. We have left hotel. We're already inside car that she want to poo-poo. Before that time, Angel had finished pooping, and my wife had to take her to one fast food where we ate, clean them up, only for her to enter. And she was pregnant of Diamond, only for her to enter. People say, "Mommy, I want to poo too." My wife started crying. Hey, your mama started crying openly. I said, "What is it?" He said, I now had to use wisdom and start petting her. I said, "Please take her. Let her go. Because where she will go is made for females. I can't enter there." So she took her there, came out, and she was pregnant. When the children give you trouble, you won't remember catwalking. Understand? So you want to keep catwalking? Walk now. Walk now. You want to keep looking good tomorrow? Walk now. And let me tell you, if you are beautiful, if you are fine, and softly meet you in that beauty on a kanjo. It says, all of you fine like this. I pray you don't meet suffering. You better suffer now and be happy tomorrow. Because if suffering meets you with this your pointed nose, Bremy, if suffering meets you with this your size, with 5 children like this, 3 boys, 2 girls, you're in trouble. Big time trouble. You can say to your wife, "Leave that." What will you tell a child that is 5 years or 3 years crying? What will you tell her? What will you tell him? That this guy say he want chicken and you are angry, say, "Who is teaching you thief? Give me wood thief. All sorts of chicken. Ozu. Say, "Don't they learn thief?" For what? These things I'm saying, they are not even my message. But I don't know why I'm dwelling on it. I want you to have correct sense. See, as you see me, nobody thinks of future more than me. Future. I was speaking with Easy, and we're just talking about Pastor Biodu. They said, "Can you believe that Pastor Biodu could build that church without owning a land?" You know what he told me? He said, I said, "But many pastors, they don't do for God first." He said, "Not only that they don't do for God, he said, even those pastors, they don't get sense." He said, "They don't get sense." I was looking at it like from the spiritual angle that you think God first. He said, he's a full-time businessman. The one that manages his he managed Frank. Said those people don't get sense. That guy, my brother, calculator. He said the pastors don't get sense because why would they build their house before church? Now church go even build the house for them. Why are you building the one that will not help you? Go and live in one duplex. Say no get sense. Sense they don't get. It is what you may not get sense. Within the week, there's one of my agent. The agent that buys things for us in China, he came back. He's going back. So he came with a good car. And I love the car. So he said, "He want to sell it. He want to go back." So I said, "Okay, I can buy so amount of money. This is what I can afford." So he said, "No, I should add 1 more million on top of it." So my wife said she will give me 500,000 to add. I thought of it. When I close my eyes, I see the car because he has used that car to carry me. Anyway, I woke up one morning. I went to the mirror and said, "Uche, are you an idiot? Uche, Imagwai, you are thinking of something important. You are thinking of car. That money, don't you know what to do with it? What will be car when you finish what you are doing?" Now I talk to myself. Say, if you will not take that one I offer, you should go with it. In fact, I don't want it anymore. I now started looking for reasons why I shouldn't look for it. My wife asked me, I said, they said that car, not the Allah. Now the other day we're going to carry Ugrube. Ken in his Amakama area. Not Bukwanalamba. I developed hatred for it. You know why I develop hatred? If you give me self, I will do Thanksgiving. I will do Thanksgiving. You know why I develop hatred? I don't need it now. I don't. I can afford it. All things are, how the Bible say it? All things are lawful, but all things are not expedient. There are things you need now. They are not expedient. There are shoes you don't need. There are wristwatches you don't need. There are jewelries you don't need. There are perfumes you don't need. Pastor, we already have an interview to renew the visas of my children for holidays. I told my wife, why should we fly all of us to Lagos, renew the visa, come back, and all the visa fee? Yes, they will give us because we have used their visa before. Me, I've used like 3 times. So it won't be a problem. We were supposed to go on Friday. Cancelled. Why cancelled now? I said, if that money we go take, even fly to Lagos, go do it. If I had small money to take everybody to Dubai, what are we going in Europe for? Forget that thing. So, and I needed the visa because I have major meetings in Europe. They are my neck. For the healing service that took place on that Friday, it cost me my South African program. That place I stood ministering to you, it cost me my South African program. But can't you see the impact of it? Is it not better I build my people than to go and build outsiders? So the whole of June I'm supposed to be in Europe. Cancelled. They will give me Europe, but cancel. I need this one more. And I need to monitor every project going on. I'm sure engineer came back from Abakaliki. You came back from Abakaliki. They are doing work. I need to monitor. Last time I was in Europe, by the time I came back, we had to knock down all the POPs that they messed up. And we spent extra 2.something million refixing it. How much will you give me? And at this level of finishing, anyone you miss, you have missed it. I am so detailed. So detailed. There's a guy, they have finished the tiling. And one guy said, there's something he came and did on the steps. And did. So at the end of it, he said he want to use 250 to do it everywhere. So I priced him 110. Then later he came at the back. So I priced him 125. So I said, don't tell pastor that I priced you 125. He'll beat you. Don't tell him. So I will add that one for you. I bet you were there. So at the end of it, we ended it there. Why did I say 125? There's nothing he's doing. It's just there's something you need to touch on the ties already done. I'm a detailed man. So detailed. I want the best out of it. You knock, you redo. You knock, you redo. You nothing short of excellence. So if I leave for 3 weeks without visiting that site, maybe by the time I come back, they would have done something that I would say, Kai, if I was here, and they would have gone so far. Now lie. I know they go anywhere. I dare you. Can I even tell you? When that building is done and we move there, invitations will fly from every part of it. Everywhere. Why am I looking for what will come in the... I know nothing. Cancelled. And I've started taking programs within here to fill in the gap. Case closed. There are things you don't need now. A great man must be conscious of fruitfulness. Must produce a result. Result is not cheap. It's not talk. It's not wishes. It's not the clothes you wear. I'm telling you the truth. Not. Listen carefully. Help me look at your neighbor. Say, neighbor, fruitfulness for you is not negotiable. You must be fruitful. Don't let your wife regret of marrying you. said, if I had known, I would have married Ifai. And she's in your house, wishing that she married Ifai. And the day she saw Ifai was just coming with his wife on a Porsche car and all that. You people met in a ceremony. She saw Ifai. She was even ashamed of herself. Because Ifai was all over her wanting to marry her. God forbid. I said, God forbid men. I said, God forbid men. And ladies, let me tell you. Why am I here? This is not my message. Ladies, let me tell you. Use your head. May God give you sense. May God give you sense. Want to die for somebody when no get head, no tail. Are they calling you from your village? I put out something on WhatsApp, I put it on Facebook. I said, don't go where you are not celebrated. Any man that is not crazy of you. There's one video. I think it was Adure who put it first. I beg, I said, give me. I uploaded it. Everybody started asking for this video. I said, why all of you asking for this video? One guy came, said, please, you are nice to me. I just want to tell you I'm done. I don't want to again. The girl looked at him. I said, are you serious? You mean it? He said, please, I don't know how to thank you. Thank you. Thank you for thank you for saying you are done. The first of all, you are serious? You are done. The guy was for me, said, let me tell how. I'm done now. I'm done. The girl now said, the girl hugged, said, it is in one belly. Said, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. He said, the guy standing by said, when the shocker gets shocked, then the next thing we heard was one music they play. The girl just raised her hand like this. Can I tell you? I asked God, don't let me engage two persons. And I didn't tell two persons I'm married. But you see, by what I know now, it's difficult to break this heart. Very difficult. But in ministry, I once hosted a man. Oh, if you want to break my heart, go shatter your. I once hosted a man. Took good care of him in Abakaleke. He came, ministered for a few minutes and left. I blessed him mightily. Only for somebody was crazy of me in Abuja. So he said he wanted me to meet somebody. He didn't know that person. So only for that guy to come. He was the man I hosted. Paid his ticket to and fro. He preached just a few minutes and I gave him a lot of money. I don't want to mention it. He's a bishop and all that. Only for the guy to see me and slighted me. If you see the way he just behaved, like say, I came to beg them money. I looked at the man. He walked away, carry my friend. They go. I said, bye-bye. Now I look two of them. I said, Now so it be. I said, I came back, I told my wife. Recently, he has started seeing one or two things. He has started seeing. Then he came on Facebook to chat me. I said, Bishop, how are you? Bless you. I moved my way. You know, those I used to say, I can be humble when I want. Oh, man of God. Oh. Sometimes when I greet you like that, if you are not careful, you think that it has not made you to be above me. He just chatted me. He said, man of God. I said, Bishop, how are you? Bless you. And I continue my life. As I don't say right, I say, don't ask me for the meat. Bible says, don't let anybody despise thy youth. Let no man, let no guy, if he like, let him get his back. Shocking. If he like, I'm not saying you should go and be breaking your relationship. I'm just telling you, nobody should mess with you. You're too precious. Not with all these my teachings on your head. And with all this heavy anointing I'm pouring on your head. And somebody's toiling with your life. No, be small boys anointing. Anointing that can kill 3 people in 1 week. 1 week, the same week declared. I think the next one is case. He did not come today. Did he give test? Where is Casey? Is he here? I'm not saying no. Come. He's supposed to give test. He was one of the people who came. That time I said, if you want somebody to drop he took 1,000 and mentioned name of 2 persons. That same week, one of them died. So he said, I should kill the second. I said, when you give testimony, I kill the remaining one. I forwarded a picture on to Love Day on your WhatsApp. Did you see it? Love Day, where are you? Did you see it? Did you send it to them? Give them the picture. That's a miracle in New Jersey. Just give them the picture. I talk about it. That's a woman that was married for more than 10 years. Check my Facebook. I put the picture. The woman is asking me because she was in labor for 2 days. Even when she was in labor for 2 days. When she took it, I wrote it there. Her husband did not even believe because I didn't charge them money. He said, the prayer that is charged money didn't work. Is it this one that the man is just saying we should sing? So I prayed for her July. She got pregnant in August. Confirmed pregnant in August. And she and her husband started dragging. The husband said, boy. She said she wanted a girl. So I said, let me judge you. Let me judge for 2 of you prophetically. It's a girl. But she will look like your husband. She will have plenty hair. So you will see the picture. They have delivered the baby. She's a girl. She has plenty hair. She looked like her husband. Accurate. I said to her, now your husband should know that I'm not a quack prophet. He laughed. Exactly. Now, but the one that is shocking her, she was in labor for 2 days. Where is sight? So I picked her call. He said, she used to call me, prophet, pray. I had no strength to deliver. I said, you are still in labor. I thought you have delivered. I said, okay, don't worry, the baby is coming. I said, baby, now. I said, come, now. I said it 3 times. And I opened the phone. For me to leave sight to come to my house, the baby came. So the lady is asking me in New Jersey. He said, how come the doctors have been doing everything in America? The baby didn't listen to them. My husband spoke, the baby didn't listen to him. I kept saying, baby, come. He didn't listen. How come the baby heard you that is in Nigeria? I say, I cannot explain. The thing that makes the baby hear me is inside me. Now, why did I say so? They will soon put the pictures there. Why did I say so? Okay, the picture. Keep scrolling down to the baby shower. That's the baby shower. That's the baby. That's the miracle baby. And you know, it was just the video that Nancy posted of that lady you invited that delivered twins that she saw and started calling me. That was it. There are more pictures I sent there. There are more. You have shown me this one before. Now, but look at me. At least you have seen the baby. Now, give me attention. Look at me carefully. This anointing that is doing mind-blowing things everywhere. Every day now, his testimonies everywhere. How can I be putting this anointing on your head? And you end up a man toiling with your heart? Look at your neighbor, say, come. How can I be putting this anointing on your head? You end up as a poor man. Say, one girl is useless in your life. What kind of useless relationship? Listen, I just want you to know, there's a level of grace here. You can't be small. Say amen very well. If heaven value you, no man should devalue you. That's why I said this. If heaven value you, now let me tell you. If I know that God has value where I am, my brother, you can't devalue me. Lack of money in my pocket will not even. So no relationship. Oh, thank you, Lord. The Lord said there are 5 persons I'm talking to. That's why He wouldn't let me move into my message. He wanted me to stay in this relationship. There are 5 of you I'm talking to. About 3 of you, God said you will walk out of the relationship. Then about 2 of you say He will bring healing to it. It's like Joseph interpreting dream. He said, they will kill you. You will go back. So there are 3 that will walk out of that relationship. It's over. Then there are 2, your own will survive. Some people will be saying, let my own survive, oh Lord. I don't care whether it will die or it will live. You are too big for nonsense. Your future is too bright for a man or a woman, a lady to be toiling with your life. The Lord just told me, they said there are 5. So now I've gotten why He asked me to stay here. Let me now move back to my message. Sit down. Now watch this. I've gotten it clear. Now move back to my message. Say any branch, Jesus said, any branch that does not bear fruit, my Father will do what? Say cut. Okay, now listen. To tell you He does not tolerate unfruitfulness, He gave talents to people. One hid his own. Say it was small. He said, because it was small, that's why you hid yourself. You hid your own. He said, you should have given it like a loan. So when I come, I can take gain. I can take interest. Because it doesn't want anything in your hand not to multiply. It does not tolerate it. Now, but that is not where I'm going. See where I'm going there. See where I'm going now. What did He say He will do to the one that does not bear fruit? Hey, talk to me. Power, talk to me. Say cut. Say cut. Okay. Why? Because they don't bear fruit. Now, He now mentioned another set of people, Doc. He said, this one, anyone that bear fruit, He will prune. What is the meaning of prune? It's also to cut. Thank God I have Doc. The one that bear fruit, cut. The one that does not bear fruit, cut. The one that bear fruit will also receive a cut. Look at your neighbor and say, there must be a cut. Now, the reason why He cuts the one that does not bear fruit, so that he will not continue to stay around and be eating what others will eat and grow. He doesn't want to see that one again. He said, we burn it. But the one that bear fruit is how my Father will also cut. Now, why cutting the one that is bearing fruit? Go and check what it means. Look at your neighbor and say, you must receive a cut. Whether you bear fruit or you don't bear fruit. That's the message. Once I'm done, I shut my Bible and I'm done. There's a cut for everybody. Whether you bear fruit or you don't bear fruit. The only thing is that this cut is different from this cut. But there's a cut. The other cut is a cut off. But prune is to cut off things, deadly things, things that will hinder their progress, so that it can bear more fruit. I tried to check it on dictionary. I think I tried to check it. My time is running fast. It said to cut or loop off wings, branches, or roots. To cut or loop superfluous or undesired twins. The one that are not desired. He said to cut off dead or unwanted parts of a bush or a tree. To cut out useless or unwanted parts, unnecessary words in something, to prune it. The things you don't need, He will cut it. The other cut is to cut them. But this cut that you that bear fruit receive is to cut off the unwanted part of you. That's a good one. Circumcision. Look at Abraham at old age. At old age, God says, circumcise yourself. Circumcise the guys who are with you. Imagine how Abraham will be walking after circumcision. You won't even wear boxers. You just wear your trousers or wrapper like that. And let me tell you, it's a dangerous time, because if enemies break on you people, they can scatter everybody. Because he circumcised everybody in the house. All of them were in pain. That's what we mean by court. Certain court of Jehovah on a man that is fruitful with destiny. He used to bring pain. He said, once I see you have started bearing fruit, I bring my knife. He said, that same knife that I used to cut Abraham, I bring it. Because I wouldn't like you to be wasted. Once I watch you bearing fruit, I bring my knife. That's the work of a good pastor. When you see a member doing well, you want to build hedge around the person. You don't want the person to misbehave. You keep telling the person, don't go here, don't go there. Don't do this, don't do that. It's because you have noticed the person is important. If the person is not important, if you like, let him go to native doctor. You don't care. If you like, go where they not only break coconut for you, let them use your head, break the coconut. Me, I don't care. If they like, let them mix it, give you, make you chop. I don't care. Why am I caring? It's because you are important to me. I cannot afford to lose you. Now let me tell you, if you are in Powerworld, I don't care where you go. You are useless here. Change. Go and find another minister. I'm telling you the truth. I don't care where you go. Even if I see in a native doctor's house, I won't talk to you. Go and find a better ministry for yourself. God said, I won't tolerate to lose the one that is bearing fruit. Once I notice small success, I bring my knife. I must cut. Unwanted. The difference between this cut and the other cut is to cut off that branch totally. This cut is to cut off the things that you don't need on that way. Your journey to success. There are things you don't need. Sir, there are friends you don't need. We may be in the same choir, but I don't need you. I know who I need. Me, I know. We may answer the same reverend, but I know I don't need you. I know I don't need you. Pastor, I've discovered the higher you go, the more you reduce the crowd around you. Did you read the Bible? It said when Jesus saw the crowd, he climbed to the mountain and withdrew. You know why you have too many crowd around you? You're on the ground. The ground is too crowded. Once an aircraft goes up there, you don't see anybody. You fly alone. To walk, you need too many. To run, you need few. But to fly, you fly alone. High flyers in life, they don't need too many people. Daddy Emma many years ago told me, a great man in any degree, too many friends. No need. The reason why you don't need too many people, because influence is stronger than information. Influence is stronger. I don't know if you have proven it, but me, I proved it. Influence is stronger for me than information. What you are telling me is lower than what I see you do. I'm telling you. If you want to train your child, train well. Apart from what you are telling the child, be careful who walks with that child. Very careful. You can tell him for 15 years, smoking is bad, smoking is bad. Just meet somebody who likes smoking. The person says, how come big boy like this, you can't smoke? Just draw small. Just say, no, mommy said I should say, just draw small. Draw the first one. And the thing entered, start coughing. Say, can you imagine a big boy behaving like that? They have now started telling him that to be a big boy, you need to smoke. Then they take it again. Before you know it, to belong, start smoking. He just met them in 1 month. And their influence shattered what you have been talking for 15 years. Young lady, don't tell me you are strong. You're not strong in it, you be zombie. You know why you are strong? Because you are working with the right people. Once you find yourself in the company of the wrong people, that's how weak, you will not see how weak you are. You will fall, raise 2 legs. Telling the truth. God said, Jesus said, my Father will bring knife and cut unwanted part of you. They have been there, but you brought forth the fruit while they were there. So you started with them. But now I saw that fruit. For you to bear more fruit, for you to go to the next level, I need to shave you of them. Unfortunately, the Lord has brought knife cutting you. As he has cut them off, you use your hand and grab them, and you are holding them to yourself. He cuts this side, you grab it, you are holding it. You are not the one dragging what the Lord has cut off. Unwanted character. There are characters he had to cut off because he knows you don't need it for the next level. The characters were there, you bear the fruit, the first one you bear. But he said, because of where I'm taking you to, I need to shave it. Sometimes because of the pain, say, Lord, no. Just one friend he cut off. You cry for it for 1 month. One friend. You went to visit that friend for 1 month. You are visiting her. You are sending her texts. You are calling her on phone. Just one cut. And God is wondering, I've not even started cutting. There's still more I need to cut. That cut sometimes is not good, it's not palatable. He can just bring one cut. Piam quarrel from nowhere. Nothing really happened. Even 2 years from today, when you meet again, you'll be asking yourselves, what really happened? Because what should cause the problem is not what caused the problem. It was like one insignificant matter, and everybody parted with. No, the hand of the Lord was there. He cut. It was the cut of the Lord. Suddenly, what you had passion for, you just lost interest. The more you try to wake that passion, it's dying. There's no feelings anymore. No, the Lord is cutting something. The person that used to call you 5 times a day is now calling you once in 2 months, and you think it's ordinary. There's a cut. Look at me. It may be painful, but Lord, cut me. Cut me that I may bear more fruit. Because more fruit is tied to that cut. You have too many excess luggage. Excess luggage. You don't even know what they say about you when you are gone. You don't even know what they are planning for you. Let me tell you the truth. One thing God has helped me for, one area has helped my life, I can do without you now, as though we never met. It's a grace on me. If you want that grace, come, let me lay hand on you. I'm telling you the truth. Pastor, there were preachers in those days I was dying for. Right now, if you ask me, do you know them? I don't know them. Why is it you don't know them? There was a cut. There was a cut. Do you know there are times God will allow you to notice something? That thing you have noticed is a cut. You just bump in there and saw something. Now so did they. They don't cut you. But stupidity will allow some people to notice that was the Lord. You were going somewhere else. Somehow he reordered your step. Even the people who said what they said, they didn't know why they said it. I was discussing with a preacher one day over something. He made a statement. Just that statement he made, that was a cut for me. He could say that. Lord, I'm gone. Just one word the person said. I lifted my two hands. I like the way they shouted, Jesus! You are there. They are telling you it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Someone is toiling with your destiny. Someone is leading you to a level of life that will destroy your future. And the Lord, sometimes he brings a cut through message. As I'm preaching now, he's cutting too many people. He's cutting across destinies, separating you from unwanted relationship, useless things. He wants to cut you. You are not using shield of faith for the Lord. The word of God no longer taught you. The other person is already crying for the message. Now you have developed the shield of faith against the word of God. Say happy. Man, no good. That is a normal thing. Even Daddy and the queen or the Quran, they don't finish you. They don't finish you. One of the keys I noticed too that enemies of destiny use is to make you feel everybody's bad, so that you can be comfortable in that. So don't mind them. Or Papa Amamia. Once I see a pastor who is telling me things that I know those people are not involved. You know what he's trying to do? He wants to reduce me to his level so that those I look up to, let me also think that they do the same. Is it Dr. Paul and Eche? I don't know them. We know these people. We know them. You don't know anything, idiot. How did you know from your village? You don't meet them before. Once they start painting, I know. I met a lot of them like that. Once they trying to tell you that everybody do the same thing, he's cornering you. Watch what he will demand from you later. No, watch what he will demand from you later. So you will know where that his story is headed to. Now the question is, if everybody is bad, won't you be good? So you too, you are bad. You are even the chairman association of badness. Bad, baddest. Once you start talking to me like that, I say, only why Abdallah. Look at it. It's coming. I know there's a court. I was with one of my friends. One talk. He talked to a point where he talk even things he's not even supposed to talk. And what is even talking? Me, I know I'm passing. When we left, parted ways, I called my friend in the night. I said, I hope you know that this guy is lying in certain things he has said. He just wants us to start thinking the way he's thinking. By mentioning men that we respect and honor, that they are the same level. I said, sir, don't listen to him. Thank God that my friend also understands. He said to me, man of God, I know where he was with this. There are people, once I see you, I'm laughing like head where they cut. I just want to laugh you out of my life. Don't, because I greet every pastor, think I like what they do. Don't say, are you not greeting that your one guy, Abuja or give me church. Anybody can come here and sit down. That we are doing program and I see a man of God here. Say, I give him seat. The bishop himself. The great man of God. The apostle. It doesn't change anything for me. Look at me carefully. That you saw me with him on the road. Should I run when I see him? No, I shouldn't run. I heard him now. I'm a smart boy. The bishop, the apostle himself. Even those I praise more, watch them. No, once you want to know, if you know me very well, if I start praising a man too much, watch him. And that praise is before him. Those I praise outside them. But when I see a man, I start praising him before him. Know that I want him to go with that praises and go. I'm praising him out. I learned it from Yoruba people. When they don't want to help you, they'll be answering you, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome, sir. Yes, sir. Baba. They are barbering you away. Elijah. So you have to learn it. Don't dodge the knife that the Lord is cutting. Don't. Sir, your prayer life is important. That man that is speaking against prayer, allow that knife to reach him. Every time you meet spiritual things, he will take them for granted, drag them to more. He will keep talking on things that you value so much and be reducing them to nothing. Please, I beg you. Let me tell you, most of the times, don't think unbelievers are not sin. They are sin. I was in a hotel where I came for this program, stayed praying. Now the owner of the hotel finally came to meet me and told me. He said, and we have many people that lodged there at the same time. But he said he kept coming to my room and noticed I was praying. So he didn't know how to trouble me. So later, we now met. He started telling me one or two things. But he saw many people there. That was when he told me that he came to buy things from Shorelink. He said when you gave him price, somebody gave him price lower to bring it from Lagos. So he said just when he saw my hand be there, he said let him buy and leave the Lagos home. Don't think they are not seeing. In fact, he told me, say, I was in your membership Shorelink. I said yes. And that's how they explain. Don't think they are not seeing. I beg you. They know. There are things we can't compromise, Pastor. We have had experiences where they kidnapped our members, take to Isialangwa, and left on the account that they mentioned my name. Ritual killers, leave you. Left Sharon. Left Mrs. Charles. No! Don't think it's a joke. So I cannot reduce myself to a certain level. Because before they let them go, they consulted their powers. For them to say, these are not the kind of people we need here, something have told them. So anything that you come to teach me now, that will make me start taking these things for granted. Somebody tell you, when John go mature, you will understand. When John go mature, you will understand. It will clear your eyes. I finished crossover night and went back to a hotel thinking I was going to sleep. I couldn't sleep. The anointing was all over my body. I was just on tongues. I will speak in tongues, go down to see if sleep can come. At a time, I had to go down to their restaurant in the morning while they are still changing clothes. I didn't know that's where they change. That's the hotel. So I said, please, I need food. And they want, I said, I need food. Why? I wanted to eat something to see if I can force myself to sleep. So they did. As they were delayed, sleep started coming small. They just gave me the tea I took. And I climbed up to go and sleep. Only to lay down on my bed, I saw angels singing. I woke up. I said, what is this? I said, what is this? The glory, it was too heavy. That dimension, it was too heavy. Too heavy. That the anointing that came that day would have even done more than the miracles we saw. When I say it was all over my clothes, and she now touched my clothes and said she fell fire through that hand and attacked the ear that was deaf and opened it. It no be joke. Then for me to go, the thing was still doing me. I had to call Pastor Precious. I said, you guys should meet me in the house. Prayers continue. How we started? We are still on it till last night. Till this morning. We're on it. So what will you come and tell me? Then I meet you as a man of God. You now start talking to me that prayers are useless. No money, but it's by grace. Shut up. Shut up. Don't. There are areas of my life. Once you enter that area, there must be a cut on you. It's a no-go area. Once you speak against it, I see knife. If you speak against giving for my sake, giving. Tell me no give. There must be knife. Because I'm not prepared to be begging any member. I'm not prepared for that. I'm not. Any church I enter and there's a project going on there, if I don't contribute too much, I must contribute small. Everywhere. Everywhere. There's no excuse to it. Some of you even make vow, you don't pay. You never start. The first child dedication you did, children, right? In Amuzugu age. The first one you did, I gave, right? This second one, they didn't even do it more. But I saw the need. I asked them to give me account number quietly. And they wrote the account number. They didn't write the bank. So I had to call him and say, please, get me the bank. Because you must somehow. There's no excuse to it. You can't see. If you see God's need and remove your eyes from it, He will see your own and remove His eyes from it. And let me tell you, somebody can preach against it. I don't care. I don't care. Was Hannah not crying? All the years he said, year after year, this woman reproached me. So he wasn't crying that day. But that day she said, God, I've seen your own need. You need a prophet. Me, I need a son. Give me a son. I give him back to you as a prophet. God said, today, barrenness is cancelled. Apostle Paul said, even the Macedonian church, they are poor, but in their poverty, they gave. He called them liberal. Yeah, he called them liberal. Then the church that didn't give, he said, I received from others to work among you. It's the Corinthian church. They were highly anointed. They could take Holy Communion as though it's food. They are now regulating them with the word of God. Say, eat at home before you come. The prophecy, all of them were prophets. All of them had gift of prophecy. They prophesied to Paul. Said, please, once 1, 2, 3 prophesy, the rest you judge. So these guys were empowered. The gifts of the Spirit was working. But he said, Paul said to them, in what area are you inferior to other churches? Apostle of Grace was telling. He said, it's because I was not burdensome to you. I used to collect from others to come and work among you. So because you didn't care for my need, I didn't call you one and say, give me seed. Shh, give me this. Go and bring this. I didn't give you that responsibility. That's why you are inferior to other churches. Last week, Wednesday, Honorable Chogwagi was in the site with a wife and some other humanitarian candidate just to come see one land that he want to build a studio. and also to come physically to tell me thank you for all the role I played, both on him and the governor. Now listen, and the governor's elected. Listen carefully. Listen carefully. When you see sometimes people being enthroned, it was the mistake of somebody that missed it. The first man I gave instruction on what to do there, because his selfishness and greed, he knows, didn't let him. I saw him on a picture where he bowed to greet Emeka Ihedioha. I said, he never start bowed. You go bow and lie down for ground. I mean, me, they tell you what to do. You know, sometimes when people see everybody, they think everybody in our yobes. If God is hungry, will he look for you? The night I say everybody give seed 5,000, right? Give 5,000. Some people came and said give 10. So I said do it 3. I know what they do. I call you now. I said, where is your wife? You came. I said, do 10. Your wife should do 10. Abby, after you do, you see any change? You see any change? Forget that matter. So I said, they tell you, do 10, do 5. The ticket of that, of the people who came to sing, now ministry pair, yes, their ticket only to is 200 and something thousand. I paid. When he left, because it's my daughter, I couldn't give them the kind of money others give them. So I gave 400,000. I did a transfer from my personal account to them. I paid. It wasn't ministry. I paid. When I'm telling you, it's because this, the book of John, 1 John says, this thing that we have heard, touched, and handled. He said we are proving this thing. When we tell you do like this, not something where we don't prove. So if you come to tell me anything that will make me start treating those things like useless, you are just trying to reduce me like those Facebook church members and Facebook pastors. They're trying to reduce me. Every year I go to the church in my village. I think I've sent one of you before to them. It was you. I go and touch the pastors there. They are 3. They are 3. I get involved in their project. You know why? From my village. No be ancestral spirit, they speak for me. Now altar, even from my village, altar is speaking, God's altar is speaking from there. I come to town. Something is speaking. So once I meet a man that is speaking against that thing that are proving that is working for me, you come and tell me now I shouldn't pay tithe. Me? God forbid. God forbid. Pastor, last week there's money you needed to spend. I don't know if you were there. Needed to spend. I said, Pastor, I transferred that money from my account to your account. I said, it's my tithe. So use my tithe to do that. Don't tell me anything contrary to it. If your own not paying is working for you, kudos to you. Me, he told me long ago. Told me long ago. And he told me places where I drop it. Places where I drop it. Places where I drop is anywhere. The places where he ministers to me. Where he blesses me. So I drop here. I drop in my church. I drop for some, like that. All those, I drop there. I drop in my village. Church in my village, I drop there. So there's nothing you can do about it. If you have got a new revelation, and you are running with it, I don't know where you are running to. So I better don't run with you against what God have told me, because until I know where you are going, I can't follow you. Some people are even speaking against fasting. You never hear. So this nonsense fast. Jesus didn't fast. That Jesus only went to the mountain. That when he got there to be tempted of God, there was no fast food. That was why he stayed without food. Look at interpretations. Look at a man exegesis. Look at a man doing justice to the word of God. And you know the annoying part of it, some pastors are hailing him. I see they talk, now open my own Bible. Right there I open. I now click because you know there's one, I click fasting and prayer. I brought it. Just I see they talk that rubbish on the altar. I'm reading all the fasting and prayer places in the Bible. Even where Jesus told the disciples, this kind does not go without fasting. Even where Jesus said to them, my people, they are not fasting now because I'm still around. A time is coming when I'm taken, then they will not fast. Even where they were fasting, and God said, separate me, Paul and Barnabas. And when they were separated, they also fasted to consecrate them. And Anna, who served the Lord with fasting and prayer. As they read them now, they look the man like Mumu. They look at Mumu with his title and money. Look like a stupid man for me. Some of you are still confused because of the size of the ministry of the man. A man rises by praying and fasting. When he feels he has arrived, he can no longer fast and pray. He now start preaching what will make the members not suspect him. We have seen people who will give people fasting and they are eating. Now mind how this who say God say. Shut up. Shut up. If you are not here, then all of us can be deaf like you. Stop preaching your carnality on the pulpit. And even if you do, I won't listen to it. They'll tell you there's somebody here. Didn't you see where Jesus did it in the Bible? Jesus was talking to a woman. A woman in the church. In a city, sorry. Give me water. The woman said, me give you water. What do we have in common? I have one, I will give you. If I give you that one, you go shock. He said, see, you don't even have something to fetch. And you are talking about when. Jesus said, this argument don't too much. I need to display certain things. Jesus said, where's your husband? He said, I don't have a husband. He said, you have. He didn't let her. He said, you have well spoken. Even the man you are living with is the fifth one. The woman ran into the village and called everybody. Said, come and see a man, not the one that preached to me, that told me everything about myself. They don't read that one. That when all of them came, guess what they say? Say, we have seen more than you told us. That means as they were coming, Jesus was picking the one after the other, one after the other, one after the other. He took over the city that they chased him before. I think it was Nathanael that came. He said, a righteous man in whom there is no, an Israeli in whom there is no God. He said, do you even know me? He said, when you were still under that oak tree, I saw you. I was watching when they were talking to you. Abba! Elisha said to Gehazi, did my spirit not go with you? As for so precious, I didn't go to Abakaliki on Friday. But I was in Abakaliki. I didn't go, but I went. I spoke in tongues. I told them, when Obija finish preaching, give me a call. Get there, and I'm going to do it here one day. Jakuta, kata. Around 2:30, now they called me. I called them back. I said, put microphone on the mic. I started talking to them. I led them one prayer. I entered the place. I said, there's a woman here. You are wearing native. This is the color. Your name is this. Come out. Come. Even till the following day, Mama was still crying. Even Miss Howard, he was still crying. I said, woman, you have pictures in your bag. You have pictures in your bag. Bring the picture. He brought the picture. I said, the first picture, the person that two of them, they are men. The first man, they are all your children. That one is wearing blue suit, blue trouser, and white t-shirt. The woman almost collapsed. Come and see 3 cranes. I did ministration from 2:30 to 4 on phone. Fire everywhere. When I finish, I tell them, I say, Friday I go meet you now. Now I go see power. I call Reverend Mrs. Awa. The following day, she was still crying. She said she doesn't know. And she couldn't understand what was going on. I said, there's a man there, a woman. I said, when you came to this service, it was your husband that brought you, because your husband does not come to our ministry, but he used to bring you and your family. He brought you, you are two. He drove back. I said, as I'm coming on Friday, tell your husband to meet me. All of them I called, I described what they were wearing. And some of them, what they came with. One, I said, he said, you came with sand of your school, because you wanted me to pray over it. I said, the reason is because that school have closed before, so you want to reopen it, so you brought the sand of the school. I said, right now, what is closing it is not even that place. It was the same thing that rescued your father down as a politician. Your father is called Thomas. He's dead. The place was on fire from Umuaya. And come and tell me I shouldn't fast, I shouldn't pray. Me? It's a joke. Don't worry. Make we move to side safe. Let's move there first. Let's move their movie in Abakaleke and start showing the world what Jesus is doing here. Then you see commotion in this town. See commotion. I was telling Pastor Ima, I said, very close to dedication. I come Umudike. I bring some good musicians. I come and shut that school practically. I will stand there for 3 days preaching and prophesying until the entire school come on their knees. When I finish, I tell them, meet me inside, give them happy. I tell them, every Sunday I will send you a bus to carry you. Ministry never started. Send the bus to carry you. Then I will divide Umuaya into 4. I go to Umuda, I go to Odomaya, I go to Umudike, I go to Amuzugu area. Just tell them how they come. If they no one come, now they are going to call them from their houses. Put speaker for me here. There's a man there. You are doing this. You are doing. Come out. I have your solution. They all gather. People like us, we don't need too much to start a ministry. What to start ministry is already inside of us. They're inside. Everywhere. Like Pastor Loki is pastoring that church. I go come there now. When I come, they go know who come. I'm telling you. Listen to me. Money. What is money? Money is inside. What I carry is money. It will produce money. Just let the right people see it will produce money. Finish. Yesterday preach for us. Yesterday they invited. You are joking. You are joking. Who tell you I won't come? When I ready for now, I go come myself. Suleiman does not preach for anybody. You beg him. Very soon I will shut the door. I preach for nobody. I only preach in my program. Once I hit TV now, finish. All the crusade, my own crusade. If you see me for your church, you go to dance. You go to dance. No come. They transfer my friend Revenue to one village in Lagos. I don't tell them, say, will they come? When are they come? Now I go carry him from here. Do publicity for him. I go carry, including my mopo, land, hire motor. They go that place. But we stay there, share the entire place. Either we go there. I told you, he won't give me 1 naira. All the publicity will be done. All the people invited will be done. If I like, I take the offering here, I go and do missionary work there. Very simple. So, I'm praying for you to be blessed. Because you will give me the money to do all the crusades. You didn't hear what I said? Some of you will write me check in billions to do crusades. So there's nothing you tell me that will remove my eyes from what he's doing with me. You know what I see? Sometimes I see angels. Can you see them and still be hungry? see them and still be hungry? What move others no longer move you? What others are running after, you no longer run after it. You are secured. You are relaxed. You are at liberty. He that will come, will come. It will not be long. Powerworld, I say it will not be long. It will not be long. Rise to your feet. Look at your neighbor, say, give him chance to cut you. Look at your neighbor, say, there are friends that need to go. Look at your neighbor, say, there are characters that need to be cut off. The day King Uzziah died, Isaiah saw the Lord. It was not. That's not a scripture for judgment. It's not a scripture for warfare, like others think. No, sir. Uzziah was a proud man. He was giving Isaiah everything he needed. So as long as he was providing for Isaiah, Isaiah could no longer see his maker. God said, enough is enough. The day God killed that proud, arrogant man who offered sacrifice in place of a priest, and leprosy broke out on his face. The day God killed him, when Isaiah now saw that the man that used to give him money is dead, he was now forced to look up to see the real supplier and provider. Then that was why he said, the day he died, I saw him. There are people that need to die around you. There are relationships that need to die if you must see him. There are characters that must die. Leave him, go do whatever you want to do. There are characters. There are situations. That's why there are things people like us avoid. No, sir. Not because he won't forgive us. He will forgive. But there's a place we're going. You didn't notice, Pastor. Go and read that scripture well. The people that kill Ahab, they are different from the people that kill Jezebel. The people that kill the servants are different from the people that kill Jezebel. Against the people that kill Jezebel, eunuchs. Eunuchs. Because Jezebel has ability of enticing and seducing them even when you came to kill. God says, send those that their body know they walk again. You must die to certain things. You must be. A man preach a message. Wanted, wanted, wanted. Dead men wanted. For Jezebel to be killed, it took eunuchs. Those that their body are no longer functioning. Because he has ability to confuse you. You wouldn't know what you came for. Sir, it's not about forgiveness. We already have. And in case you need more, you have more. He has paid the price. But because there are things that can distract, there are things that can divert your attention from what you are doing for the kingdom and what you are doing for your destiny, then you need to cut off from certain individuals. You don't need them for the next level. On Christ the solid rock I stand. On the ground. All on the ground, Minister Simple, who has Michael? Told you has mine. I want you to sing with Jesus lead to our land.
Jesus lead to our land. Who you see Zola, yes, and not who you see go back. Who Jesus Christ, who lead to Allah, go so shila, go so shila.
You raise me up so I can stand on mountains.